Ooh, the first child of Garen. The first child of Garen was denounced and cast out from inheritance for defying their parents' wishes of entering a diplomatic marriage. Could be one of the origins of the royal line's separation. I like that. I like that. Like this, because this is like the founder of the house. So people, this is ages after. You're thinking like, if you're thinking like Aegon in Game of Thrones, we're like at like King Ares kind of time in Game of Thrones. So like the people, when people talk about this history, they'll know that the royal line even had like a separation even from the beginning. Like they were constantly in that kind of turmoil. I like it. Separation. Possible other line. Second was the heir. Did we just have like a disconnect and then a reconnect within like a second? Did y'all see that? I have like sound notifications when my OBS or things disconnect from the internet. Suggestion: secret blood and magic, a heroic noble family known for its magic power as a dark secret. In order for the sheer amount of magic power to be heard, the patriarch. Oh. Oh. My goodness. Whoa. That's scary. Castellan's a nice name. Third child, Cass. We should just roll it. Do I have this on? Nope, I don't have this on. Where's my mix it up? I just need to roll a number under D10 and then where's my dice bag? Instead of thinking of how many children, we should just leave it up to fate, right? Where's my D10? There you are. Okay. Fate it is. It could be a plot where players learn there is no main family line, but two different ones that equally rightful for the throne. I like that. I do have an idea like that. Two children. Okay. Question: how does reanimation go in the family tree? As example, has the royal family tried to reanimate? No reanimation. Think very much Witcher, RPG, Game of Thrones. There's not really like you doing any kind of necromancy, any kind of reanimation, any kind of magic is seen as like abusing the power the seven has granted, and only those who are like maesters who taught in the tower are able to wield it. So anybody else doing that would be kind of like how the Red God or something that does in Game of Thrones, where like what? Even though that's one of my favorite side plots in Game of Thrones. I need to know about werewolves and creatures in your world. In this world, werewolves and creatures. Werewolves, possibly not, because it's like a myconid world. Creatures, since it's a myconid world, there's mushrooms. There are like larger animals that are used as like horses. So like rats in this world are used as horses and like carriage drivers and things like that. Never played Witcher or seen Game of Thrones. More political drama, less more into the magic. It's a very low magic world. Heresy. Yes. Exactly. Heresy is the word that I'm trying to remember. Can you imagine two families so old they forgot they were once the same family? But that, yes, I like that. The other house that is similar to House Portabellon, that, what is it? No, House Emily puts himself on a banner of red and like a silver crown because they want to be, they, even their like city is known as Crown Reach. So like they want it to be like, or they're that family that's always trying for like their house to be in the royal line, to be on the throne. So they'll try to marry into the family, or they'll try to, they're just like their history. When we do that week for House Amanit, their history would be filled with a lot of like just weaving in a lot of like House Tyrell, things like that, where they're kind of weaving into the fabric of like the royal line. My God, this song is epic, but I'm gonna skip forward because my brain is like, am I about to like fight? Am I about to call the banners? Okay, Garen, I don't know who their partner would be. Three. So let's do. I need another name. Need another name. Oh, I like Anar. That's a pretty name. I need like a. Where's a D6? Ooh, one. Firstborn is the heir. The names are the hardest part. Then I can like think of the, if I can understand the names and build it out, then I can get to Bertrand. Let's add in Bertrand as like one of the Bertrand. Oh, it could be the opposite. They fought. They are one family. Now the two branches, freshly learning this information across, accuse the other unfit for the throne. I like that too. I like that too. But this is all like possible things that players would do. So like that's why I want to kind of leave it to them. So there'll be kind of certain things like families so old that they forget that they're once the same family. A couple of these families are from the same region. So like House Garricus and the Mytarkan Plains, they actually came from the same line. So they don't, like, that's not known. They've always said that they've kind of branched away. So there is possibilities, but how it goes and who accuses who will be like dependent. Like maybe House Garricus and since they're in the same realm of the world, they might band together. So it depends on what the players want to do. You know what I mean? Oh, Violette is good. Nikki, mods, can I get a shout out for Nikki, please? How are you, Nikki? I hope you're having a wonderful day. This is a fungal themed world. Welcome to Myconia. May your roots run deep. If you see the text thing that's on that side, those are all the phrases that we came up that that people would say together in this world. Like a couple of them are like, may your roots run deep, may your cap seize the sun, to the glory of the Portabellon kingdom. A cap for every spore. What was the other one? I can't remember. What did you guys think of that I can't? Because we were thinking of religions, and one of the religions was very scary. Hold comfort to the devoured. That one's, ooh. I lost my D10. Okay. But yeah. But yeah, this is our little Game of Thrones kind of style world. So we have this wonderful interest that we've been kind of putting together for like the world and like an idea of the world. I love those so much. I love yeah, I do too. I'm a big world builder kind of thing person, and my favorite things are those little details because I get into them. I'll be like, okay, is there a religion there? Great. The practices, things like that, I get into it. I love that kind of stuff. There's only one king I know, and his name is Stark. Hey, people could make that here, which is amazing. I don't know how many people would be interested in like causing like a big war, like how it starts with like the war of five kings, or if people are interested in more sky, wind and watch the sky. I felt you in the mycelium. Oh, I love that. Stop. Can you imagine if there was a like arranged marriage, kind of diplomatic marriage set up, and like the two players like actually did care about each other, and like they kind of like did want best, and they said that in a nice way, like I've known you forever kind of thing. That'd be so beautiful. Um, I felt you in the mycelium. The idea that so many people in this world can feel and communicate with each other through a central hub in their keep castle hits, much like, yep. We add that to the phrases real quick. Where's the phrases? The phrases are down here, right? Yep. My God, this is why we need a Wikipedia, so y'all can like look this up and like hang out and we can chat. Um, that's kind of what I want to build in the like production server, and be like have a little section for just all mushroom related like casting and things like that. Please continue. No worries. They have a wonderful lurk. Get some lunch. Icagarus, which is an anagram from Agacaris, part of the scientific. Ooh, very cool. I like that. Icagarus. I need to password this song as well. It's too. Yeah, this is the song we're thinking of. This is a sorry. Um Oh, thing. Okay, all done. All done. That's done. House. That's done. It's so pretty. I felt you in the mycelium. Bertrand is the firstborn. Well, I lost my D10. Let me go pick it up real quick. Okay, I'm seriously just rolling for how many kids these people have. Blah, 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 blah. 3 again. My goodness. 3 children. And then D6 for 3 is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So second born. Second born child is the heir. What happened to the first? Okay, need a new name for Bertrand's heir. Is it all myconids or are there other races? All myconids. All myconids. If there are other races and things like that, it would be like a shock. It's more of the story of like the throne and things like that. And if like I thought the idea would be cool with like possibly like quite possibly having like in my Pinterest there's like other animals and things like a little mouse wizard, but it'll get too much into the strange. I don't know yet. Thinking about it because I want to like also I'm gonna say zoo. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, SZU, let me know. But Zoo, how Zoo said, like I want to kind of have the interpersonal drama, you know, kind of come out. So rather than like, oh, we are the myconids and there's another whole group of people, I don't want that. I really want that interpersonal contrast between the families and the like nobility and like the realm having that you know that feel to it. Yeah, Ikugaris is a name suggestion. Okay, gotcha. Was that for House Garricus though? Yeah, for because because they're also based on that too. I also like the idea of like they probably could have. I like this name for them because it sounds close to their. So close to their name. I wanted something that fits like each family has like a style of name that they use or something like that, but we'll come back to it. I like Kara though. That's pretty. Kara's a pretty. Is that just me? Maybe I just think it's pretty, but what happens if a kid doesn't want to go through with the arranged marriage? Well, they'll be all adults. All the different players, they'll be playing adults. So if they don't want to go through with it, that's fine, totally fine. Like I don't know if you've ever played Good Society or if you've ever played like a couple of games where they have there's a game called my God. What's the ones? Oh, Eyes on the Prize. This is a really cool game where people can here, I'll share it here. Eyes on the Prize, you are troublemakers. What is it? Is a court intrigue game for 2 to 4 players in which you dream up a fake married couple, then attempt to wield their fraudulent union to achieve their shared goals. So it's if the players are interested in that, they can fully do that. You know what I mean? And if they say to me above table, like, hey, I want to be in like an arranged marriage thing but then I break out or something like that, then I will find another player who is interested in, who is in that kind of scenario. And then that kind of happens. Maybe they have to react to it, or maybe they are also interested in breaking away from it. Or if they're both interested in like romance and things like that, then when we do casting, I can be like, oh, they're interested in like the social aspects of the game, the court, the realm, kind of building alliances. Maybe their house calls to the other house saying the throne is available. Wouldn't it be smart to join our houses? Stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just tossing names. I love these names. I'm missing these names, baby, and I am so sorry. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Leandris is beautiful. I'm gonna just put this here. Lysandro, love it. Oh, put that there. running a high fantasy is awesome, but I found that the fantastical shock often overshadows smaller personal aspects of the story. What would you say what would you say as an example of that? Because what, like, an example of smaller personal aspects? Yeah, I like that it's a Mushroom Kingdom world, and I like the magic to it. I like certain things to it, but I want more like the drama of Game of Thrones, where like things are more people minded. Like, if you've ever read the books, like the characters aren't like, you can't have a favorite because everybody's just so much like trying to survive. Adelaide Lorena, ooh, Spy X Family. Oh yeah, is that one? Why is that familiar? Ba-da-ba. Oh, I see, the fake family that comes. Yeah. But since it's like royal line kind of thing like that, like if you're thinking of Bridgerton, thinking of like Regency era, that kind of vibes, because it is like, you know, if people are a lot allied together. And I don't know if you've seen Game of Thrones where like Marjorie is like, oh, we just have to be friendly. We don't really like, if players want to do that, they can do that. If players want to like get into a deal with someone and they say, we're getting married and we're so in love, but actually they're just like, hey, we're best friends. You do what you want to do. I do what I want to do. All we're doing here is getting the throne. And that's what they want to do. Awesome. It might not match what the house wants, or what, like, if the lord of the house is an NPC, or if it's another player, like it might not match it, or it might match it. Who knows? Maybe they're part of a house who doesn't want the throne. You know, maybe they want their own kind of way in to the court. But yeah, you try to keep them more together. No, bub, this is perfect. I found the other ones. I'm gonna put Cara, Lysandra, Natalia, and then I like these names, Cordelia. Ooh, let's do Cordelia. And Leandris had twin daughters named Cordelia and Ilara. Bastard children. And I also don't like the idea of bastard children. They're just not of the line. I have to think of another name. I just don't like the word, because it makes me sad that children aren't considered part of the family. Not of the line. Children. Moradin. And then Moradin. Elias. Reese. There you go. Not of the line. Oh, big battle starts happening. Ilara gets the throne. Has, let me roll my d10. 6 children, my goodness. Names one of her children after her lost sister. Names one of her children Cordelia. And then Cordelia is the heir. Okay, roll d10. 3 again. There we go. D6. 1. Firstborn is the heir. Annalise, Vivienne, Cecilia, Blair, Juliet. Ooh. Oh my goodness. My goodness. So many names. I love this. Let me copy this really quick. It's just a campaign I run, has dragons, gods, demons, and devils. The relations are there, but I like that too. I like in big fantasy themes when there are more mortal to mortal drama, like mortal to mortal drama, meaning like even one of the reasons why people like, or the Greek pantheon of gods is so interesting, is because they act so much like mortals than anybody else. They're not these beacons of good. They have jealousy. They are vicious and unkind. People see Hera as either a jealous wife or someone who's hurt constantly, that Zeus is like stepping behind her back, like back with somebody else. You know what I mean? They're multi-dimension people. So even like all these myconids, they are myconids. If when players play them, I want them to dive into that and get that, you know, like I am the heir to the House Portabellon. My family is known to be kind of manipulative or mean or always in the dark networks of things. I want to be good, and kind of just that aspect, or just how a player wants to role play into that, is beautiful, and I like that. I do. I know what I was getting into. It's my mistake getting to spend more time on the lower levels exploring the world. Yeah, I think it's always good though to kind of. It's fun to do the fantasy elements if that's what your table wants. You know what I mean? If they want the dragons, the gods, the demons, like they want that other level of stuff where there is like something to fight, something to kind of look to. But like even with Dark's Recess, like we have like all these different realms of magic. I'll ask my players sometimes, be like how do you feel? Like you're this age and all this stuff is happening. Like what do you feel? Because honestly, I would like if role play is part of it, I would be curious. I'd be like, yo, I need to know. I need to get in your mind. I would explore court intrigue of arranged marriages. Do you go through with it, the protection of your family, or do you rebel? Yep. These are questions for my players for sure. Maybe they're your soulmate. I was watching a historical fiction that went along with that premise. Weighted dice. Oh, my dice? They're just like tiny little dice. I just throw them really hard and then they bounce. Have fun, Hoy. Bertrand's first child could have died of a disease. Make it a common one. Ooh. Okay. The Portabellon seem to be fated to the rule of 3. They seem to be fated with the rule of 3. I see that. The dice keep saying that. I still haven't made children for Akara yet. Let me see. D10. Oh, 4. I need a D8. Not D8, sorry. It's 4 children, so I D4. The 4th child. Okay. I wish you a wonderful and God bless week too. I hope you have a wonderful time. Yeah, I'm obsessed with Norse and Greek mythology. Same. Love how resembling the gods are us to us humans. I do too. It's a big fascination of mine. That's why I like religion, things like that in my games, because the practice of it, like I don't really care for like real world religion, but like the practice of a lot of religion is so like the practices or the belief systems really show how the culture and the like if it's like to a certain region or to a certain place, how culture or like people transform in what they believe in, you know. And it's nice. I like that. It's a cool thing. Ooh, Lorcan's a good name. My God, firstborn is the heir. Girl, you're helping with me with the names. You just know. Kiss you on your forehead. Stay out of my head, stay out of my head. Could be the rule of 3 coming to bite them for their misdeed. If y'all want to see Moz in action, please go check it out. Yep, definitely. Don't forget to remove part of the description for Moradine. Thank you. I need a cooler way to say out of the line. Since we use like a lot of like mushroom terminology, like of the stem, the spore, like even the whoops. Go here. Since like we use like the bloom, the fruit, the stem, the root, like things like that we used. Royal line. Open this up more. Okay. They grew up battle hardened. Right, hidden away. Battle hardened. Okay. What is it called when you take a small piece of a succulent to grow another? A cutting? But that's also scared to say like a cutting of the children. I like it though. Yeah, no, I like I like that. That's like kiss you on your forehead for just brilliance. I'm going to. Yeah, yeah, you can. That's what I was thinking of, like the shadow cap. Oh, let me put that here in terminology. I guess I don't have terminology. Toggle list terminology. Possible. Yeah, cutting is good. Cutting is definitely the idea. Just another branch. But I just don't like the idea of like calling children bastard children. They're babies. They did nothing wrong. But the succession is what is important, right? So if succession is important, of the line and not of the line is like the goal. So possible phrases for children not of the line, like cuttings of a plant. My arms around me in the cold gone. You can turn my body down, crawl home to her. When my arm comes around, immediately in the cold dark ground. I need to listen to this album now. Great. Oh, God. I hear one song of his and I'm like, this is it. I am a lovelorn person walking in a field with a beautiful sundress and my hair flowing and I'm just missing the person I love. Like, why does Hosier do that to me? I don't get it. Okay, propagate. That's a good one too, but that's the idea. I'm trying to think of like something that people would say in the world. Like they wouldn't, if they, instead of saying like, oh, you're a bastard, they would say something like, oh, you're not of the line. You are born of Lysandro, or you are not of his line. Something like that. Granted, I could just say that. But we'll think of it. Definitely cutting, propagate, shadow cap is cool. Contingency spores is a good idea for like a royal line. Like, they had other children. So I like shadow cap, but also shadow cap is kind of used in one of the houses. So I have to think about it. In the cold darker. See, that line itself makes me want to just find a field with like wildflowers and walk through it with a sundress and like literally be like see a sunset or something. Like, oh no, the scene from Pride and Prejudice where he walks through the field, that. Oh my God. Hosier, just ridiculous. Okay. Lysandro. Oh, I didn't roll for you, Lysandro. Ooh, 5 children. I don't have a D5, but I do have a D10, and I'll just split it in half. Wow, the firstborn. Okay. Firstborn is heir, which is Natalia. And then Talia, how many do you have? Oh, you have... I gotta